Well, what do you reckon is the most successful vehicle in that kind of Mercedes C-Class, BMW 3 Series, Audi A4 sector? The most successful vehicle of its type is the Audi A4, and they're going one better by introducing the S4 version, which you can see before you now. Looks very similar, of course, to the A4, as you'd expect, but it's been tweaked, lowered suspension, nice big fat 17-inch wheels, that lovely chrome and colour-coded grille there, which gives it a very sporty feel. Lots of changes inside, and of course that V6 engine under the bonnet, and how can we forget it? That four-wheel drive system that is not only performance orientated, but of course also helps the safety of the drivers. And they really are racing cars for the road. I mean, that's a term that's used very, very often, but I think all you've got to do is look at the experience that Audi have built up over the years, and particularly in the last couple of years in the British Touring Car Championship, to see that their racing pedigree is second to none. And they've learned an awful lot from that racing experience and incorporated some of what they've learned onto these fabulous road cars. Let's see what they drive like. Decided to hit the road in the estate version of the Audi S4. It's got something like 265 horsepower on tap, and that means a top speed of around about 250 kph. Ooh. In old money, that means something of the order of 150 miles an hour, but it's all academic, forget all that. This car will do twice the legal speed limit, but like I say, it's academic because the engine is actually governed. They don't actually allow this vehicle to go as fast as it naturally wants to. They curb it for reasons of social conscience, I think is the term that they use at Audi. And it's just as well that they do have a social conscience, because this thing, well, cruise missile, rocket for the road, you know, all the old cliches spring to mind. It really does. I mean, it's frighteningly quick. It's got 4 airbags. That doesn't mean 2 in the front and 2 in the back. That means 4 airbags for the 2 front seat occupants, the driver and the passenger. We're also talking about a 4-wheel drive system, of course, and Audi prefer not to use that term 4-wheel drive. In fact, they don't like the term 4-wheel drive. They prefer the term quattro. Every time you see that word quattro after the name Audi, whatever it is, that means 4-wheel drive, basically. Why they can't just call it 4-wheel drive like everyone else, I don't know. I suppose it dates back to those rally days when, of course, quattros ruled the roost in world rallying. The other thing in this car is this concert surround sound system they have. Concert-like stereo, well, concert-like, I'm not so sure about that. The other thing they keep talking about, as if it's a great selling point for this car, is the automatic climate control system. Now, I can only assume this car is not fitted with that said system, because no matter what we've done to actually try and cool the cabin down in this very, very palatial, very, very plush and very, very comfortable Audi S4 Avant, I mean, it doesn't matter what we do, we're still baking hot in here. We do have a rather nice sunroof with a very, very easy mechanism to open and close the sunroof. But the heating control, that's another story. We're going to have to make inquiries about that when we get back to base. This is just about as good as it gets. 37,500, 36.5, or to be precise, 36,600 pounds on the road for the saloon version, with all the same fixtures and fittings that I've talked about. Hell of a car, hell of a performance, and this is very nice. This is a lovely touch, and I take my hat off to Audi for doing it. Actually, they're saying that everybody who buys an S4, S6, S8, whatever, anything with S as a prefix in the Audi range comes with the free Audi driving course. And if you saw the program a few weeks ago, you would have known that I've done that course, and it's a hell of a course. That's worth about £400, and they're chucking that in with the asking price. And let me tell you, it's a course you'll enjoy. The only little problem you have is you need 30 odd grand to buy one of these little things. Well, Len Hunt, you're the managing director of Audi UK. You've got to sell these cars. What's the sales pitch? Why would anybody buy these cars instead of maybe a rival from BMW or Mercedes, if I'm allowed to mention those horrible names?
Well, absolutely. They're strong competitors in the marketplace, whereas our good friends at BMW tend to go for a more ultimate driving machine. We tend to be more sort of modern, innovative, design, style-led, and offer a different proposition totally.
People, I think, are pretty impressed with BMW quality. People casting their mind back a couple of decades, 3 decades, might have a little doubt or two about Audi quality, but I'm sure you've got a strong message for them.
A great strong message. I mean, seeing the investment that's going on, and I see it frequently in Audi, the absolute total commitment to quality is there to be seen. And for those people that maybe have a perception of it 2 to 3 decades ago, my strong advice is take a test drive now.
Now, it's a shame in a way that you've launched these stunningly good S4s, because that's put to the background a little bit, a car that deserves to be in the limelight in its own right, and that's your TDI version of the A4, which you're also launching here today. Now, I've got to tell you, I've just been out on the Autobahn for a quick blast in one, and I refused to believe, as we were tooling along at 120 miles an hour, I was actually driving a diesel car. It just didn't feel like a diesel, didn't sound like a diesel. I mean, that seems like a hell of a motor car.
It is, and it's a part of the range that we've sort of seen growing in its importance. We saw the 110 horsepower A4 TDI come through, and have seen the 110 horsepower A3. Virtually a sports car. I think it's not a lot of people realise that the A3 with the 110 horsepower is it only got 5 horsepower less than the original Golf GTI. But now we see this new development, the V6 TDI, and really giving high performance turbo diesel injection models, which is a feature of the Audi range, because we always like to sort of lead on technology, hence the meaning Vorsprung durch Technik.